dia.
Da garagem até aqui. Olá, João. Bom dia.
Bom dia, senhora.
Tive que ir ali ao café, nem havia papel para as mãos, nem papel higiênico, fui ao caixote de lixo.
Já estamos aqui o João, tu desculpa lá, o outro João, és o nosso João. Tu és o nosso João também, mas hoje este é o meu João, está bem? Vamos fazer a rota 1, ok? Portanto, irá fazer esta rota por acaso, vamos subir pelo sol, nós por aqui vamos subir pelo sol, vamos descer pela moraria, quando chegares ali àquele triângulozinho marado, calçada de André, né? Calçada de Santo André, e depois estamos já no Martim Muniz, Figueira, Pastéis. Nos pastéis, eu quero que vocês vejam onde é que fica o monte. Já não vai ser tão cedo como isso. O monte, espero eu, vamos ter a vantagem no monte. Acredito que não vai estar cheio, vamos conseguir estacionar no monte, bem, mas depois nos pastéis já não acredito. Eu quero sempre arranjar pelo menos um lugar para o Motuque, que eu quero ir lá com eles. Eu vejo que vocês vejam onde é que fica o Motuque. Eu vou tentar mesmo devagarinho, se vocês vêm todos lá atrás, para ver, olha, o Tuque dele está aqui, está ali, porque é daí que vai depois reiniciar o Tuque, está bem? E eu vou lá com eles, eu desço, vou com todos. Quem não está bem estacionado não sai do Tuque, ok? Alguém dizer, eu não vi, levei multa. Não, isso é que é muito chato, mas quem não está bem estacionado, eu conto a ver pelo menos 1 ou 2 ali naqueles 10, ok? Se houver 2, o segundo vai, se houver 3, melhor ainda, se houver 4, fantástico, até vem, o Filipe gosta de vir, vem comigo, faz tipo carro vassoura.
Por acaso a gente arranja o lugar, é fixe ver um terceiro para ficar à porta, só para evitar que eles expulsam.
Uma perguntinha. Uma moraria, mas passámos para São Vicente, sim?
Peraí.
Boa pergunta.
Para os meus.
Boa pergunta.
Sim, claro.
Podemos fazer ou não. Isto está um bocado confuso neste barco.
Mas eu sei lá quem são os coletes, tem tanta gente.
Quer dizer, vamos diretamente para baixo.
Fazer São Vicente, porque aí ao princípio não sei se vamos estar de tempo. Isto tem que estar sempre já a chegar depois da hora. Vamos chegar à defesa, quando vimos pela voz do ópera, descemos logo ali para a moraria. Quando chegamos àquela, portanto, descemos a voz do operário.
Sim, mas chegámos até
logo à direita.
Sim, está lá o São Vicente, passamos.
Não vamos, portanto, viramos à direita como se fôssemos a descer pelo sol, mas depois fazer calçada de São
Aquela
André.
ruazinha que tem
não vamos fazer o panteão.
Sim.
Chega no fim, se no fim falta tempo, já queimámos muito tempo. Vamos para os pastéis. Depois dos pastéis vamos fazer a Carmo, Chiado, Spa, Rua do Século. Epá, agora tiraram ao sinal, não sei se pode descer as flores ou não, eu gosto mais de descer as flores com o alecrim. Para isso ir à boca da Pink Street. Estava lá o sinal que não podia. Podes fazer as flores ou não?
Bom dia.
Tecnicamente não.
Então não podes fazer. São 4 tuques, não fazemos as flores, descemos pelo alecrim, ok? Pronto, vês, olha, a Pink Street está ali em baixo. E vinhos, estacionamos dentro da garagem, e vinhos, e depois pelo vinhos toda à frente aqui, e acabou. Ok? É bom acabar nos vinhos, todas as rotas têm essa vantagem. É bom acabar nos vinhos, porque nos vinhos a gente equaliza. Olha, estamos muito apertados de tempo. Sr. Orlando, desculpe lá, isto vai ser 10 minutos. Estamos com folga. Fiquem bem, querem fazer uma comprinha, simpática, eles adoram sempre. Mais um copinho, por isso.
Vamos ter aqui problemas com isso, não há o suficiente para carregar o passar alguém.
Isto vai arrancar.
8h45, 11h45.
Ainda lá.
Eu estou no grupo, não sei com eles.
Temos aí um infiltrado.
Este gajo está a sair, este conhecimento todo de 127 livros, ele está-me aqui a jogar. Vamos lá ver se eles sabem dizer onde é que a gente vai. Acho que é
So, we will begin the tour. This time I cannot see on a chat. I forgot my second smartphone to look to this chat. Sorry. There is my power banks. So, and Olá, bom dia.
Só tenta estacionar pelos grupos o mais possível para quando sair.
aí, João, bora. Obrigado, está um bocadinho longe. Portanto, somos 11, não é? 3, 6, 9. Está bom, é isso.
Yeah.
Sim, exato.
Ah, ok.
Amanhã às 6. Ainda bem que o Benfica não joga em casa.
Olha, parece que vai estar um bocadinho atrasado, mas a gente acaba sempre no horário, tá bem? Então, olha, a gente vai fazer de novo como a gente tem feito, da gente pegar os bilhetes e a gente vai chamando vocês para levar para o Tuk. Pede sempre para eles sentarem um de frente para o outro, casal, frente a frente. Se eles reclamarem, fala, olha, a gente já teve reclamação, porque é questão de intimidade, as pessoas estão com as pernas, né, roscando, mas eu preciso ir pra frente. Por isso você senta assim, o casal, que aí dá chance de outros trocar, ok? Sim. Então, e aí, menos João. Então, cada guia leva, a gente vai passando e os guias vão levando pro tubo, tá bem? Aí vocês acomodam, ajudam eles a subirem e tudo, tá bem? Aí, se eu tiver algum problema, aí eles avisam a gente, que a gente vem de conversar com alguém da equipe, ok? Em caso de acidente, reporta sempre ao team leader com o cliente tem uma ficha que a gente tem que preencher, o cliente tem que assinar essa ficha, ok? Porque não pode passar em branco qualquer coisa que acontecer. Mesmo se o cliente não quiser, a gente fala, escreve na ficha, o cliente pega o número da cabine, o cliente não quis atendimento e pede para ele assinar, ok? É importante isso, tá? Porque pode acontecer qualquer coisa deles entrarem, reclamarem, pedirem para usar o seguro, pedirem reembolso. Então a gente tem que estar cercado de todas as possibilidades para evitar qualquer coisa, ok? E sempre comunique as coisas no grupo, porque às vezes acontece uma reclamação do barco e se a gente tem tudo escrito, o pessoal do escritório consegue escrever para a empresa, para a Iber, dizendo, olha, tal hora eles estavam assim, tal hora eles estavam assado, e aí muitas vezes nem acontece outra coisa. Tem uma coisa que aprendi agora que o pessoal vai pensar quando a gente chega no espaço, a gente chega nos cafés, a gente chega nos vinhos, quando sai, para eles poderem saber quanto tempo a gente ficou nos lugares, porque acontece de ter reclamação e aí, se a gente está documentado, eles não têm como argumentar. Ok?
Só mais uma coisa. Quando chegarem os clientes, fazer a ajuda de os sentar, frente a frente, isto tudo. Quando estão sentados, voltarem aqui para ajudarem o resto a sentar novamente, não ficarem logo ali a paparicá-los logo. Venham ajudar e depois então façam a vossa apresentação. Depois nós seguimos todos juntos, chegamos todos juntos, saímos todos juntos, sempre todos juntos.
Nos vinhos é importante também vocês estarem juntos com os clientes para ajudar, primeiro para ajudar o seu Orlando geralmente está sozinho, E como as coisas não têm tradução também, às vezes eles querem ajuda, o que que é isso, o que que é aquilo.
Está tudo
Então é
em
uma
português,
atenção a
às vezes
mais
eles
que a
estão
gente
lá a olhar
dá.
para o nada.
É uma atenção que a gente
E
dá
não
para o nosso
percebem,
cliente também, ok? Tem tempo para ir à casa de banho, tem tempo para ir fumar um cigarrinho, mas vamos procurar dar atenção com os clientes. A gente tem recebido algumas reclamações da Uber e a gente é um contrato muito importante para todos nós, então é bom a gente manter isso, ok? Tentar começar a evitar um pouco essas confusões que não acontecendo. Mais alguma coisa, alguém?
Quando é que eles começam a pagar?
Então, é uma coisa que a gente, na reunião, a gente pode perguntar isso.
Quando é que é a reunião? Quando é que é a reunião?
E até sugiro que a reunião vai ser essa semana. Eu sugiro que a gente sente, arruma uma hora, como a gente fez da outra vez, a gente sentar e conversar.
Mas quando é que vai ser a reunião?
Esta semana?
Essa semana? Não, essa semana.
É?
Porque agora eles estavam
vai 3 dias.
esperando a Vitória entrar, porque estava sem tempo de fazer nada. Então, o que eu recomendo foi o que a gente fez da outra vez, que resultou. A gente senta, vê o que a gente quer, conversar, e aí...
Eu acho que
E aí,
devemos fazer uma reunião
não,
nós.
e aí
Não,
zero.
resultou da outra vez. Então, a gente... hoje eu acredito que a gente vai estar todo mundo, é mais tranquilo. Tá bom? A gente fica com a parte pequena do bilhete, a gente vai... teoricamente, é um barco mais vindo lá da Inglaterra, então acho que eles vão estar mais organizados. Okay? Mas provavelmente eles vão descer tudo juntos, vão ficar aqui. Eu, Paulo, Pedro, o André aqui na frente.
Thank you.
Calhota de bolacha.
Hã?
Calhota de bolacha.
Sim, é igual.
O João já está preparado para aceitar um cliente
Já?
que se queira sentar onde a gente diz.
Os clientes? Não, oi, é ti. Oi, vem aqui, vem aqui.
Então, se qualquer coisa o cliente não quer, eu insisto com todo o sorriso do mundo. Eu falei, não, sir, here, ok? Thank you. É difícil eles insistirem, porque já aconteceu.
Desculpa, é como o Paulo diz, que sobre a parte deles sentarem-se e ficarem a tocar nas pernas uns dos outros.
Essa acho que é a melhor justificativa que a gente tem. Aí eles falam que eles têm motion sickness. Então, por isso, quem tem motion sickness é diferente.
Se tiverem os dois motion sickness no couple,
Aí
I'm
a
sorry,
gente-
but
aí
you're
a
gonna have
gente
to take
põe-
turns. Take
We
turns.
have a bucket.
A
Share the
gente põe
bucket.
O Coringa.
com o Coringa.
Fica bem comigo como sou uma pessoa.
A linha do casal de todos.
Nota, e outra coisa, muito cuidado com o lugar onde parar, porque a polícia está pegando, então vamos evitar de parar em lugar proibido, principalmente ali nos restauradores, porque outro dia não era um tour nosso, era um tour da Boost, 2 pararam da segunda fila ali nos restauradores, a polícia passou e multou. Ficaram parados ali uns 20 minutos multando, com o cliente dentro do tour. Muito
Cuidado
claro.
com os vermelhos, ontem um colega nosso com uma moto
Foi.
A passar o vermelho.
com uma moto. Chamaram, pararam, passou o vermelho. Eu perguntei, quem passaste vermelho? Ele, o Nuno passou, fui
Eu passei o
O
amarelo.
Nuno passou o amarelo, eu fui. E eu sim, mas eu era
ia passar o
vermelho.
vermelho, ele é para passar. Não,
O
amarelo.
amarelo é para ir mais rápido. Exatamente. O amarelo acelera. O vermelho. Os clientes aqui. Eu isso nunca tive. Faz vezes.
E Benedita, eu não sei se você sabe, sempre quando o cliente quiser ficar no centro, tem que pegar o número da cabine.
Sim,
Eles
sim,
não
tá
sim.
bem?
ficam na hora.
Se eles fizerem assim
Tem
mais
que pegar o
cedo,
número, se eles quiserem sair mais cedo, dá o número da cabine.
alguém sabe se este cruzeiro fica à noite ou vai ser embora à tarde?
Deve
Não
ir
sei
amanhã,
dizer.
porque eles também têm tour à tarde. Quer dizer, às vezes também têm tour à tarde e saem no final do dia.
Tem na aplicação do Cruise Mapper, tem. Baixa a aplicação. Cruise Mapper.
Oh.
Foi aí que são os artes. E era por baixo e se fala. Foi Gatsby. Rock Gatsby. E só, portanto, quem vem de cima, não é? Passando a casa mais antiga. Sim. Olha só. Toda a droga que há aqui nas escolas está pelo casal. Aí, essa escreveu. Essa como pagou para ficar sem
Normalmente eles mandam-te a foto.
Quando é o radar, quando é as informações detectadas por radar, eles ficam completamente
Vou comprar um de cima.
às vezes também para lá. Outras vezes tem que ver a qualidade do algodão. Ele vinha a 20 e não sei o quê.
For the tuk-tuk, by yourself? Or is group of two?
Yes.
You have your tickets?
Oh, sure.
Well, bom dia. Welcome to Lisboa.
Thank you.
First time?
Yes.
You. So, first took João, este é o teu?
Yeah,
Okay.
Please.
welcome. Take a hop.
Oh my God.
Can I use this one?
If you want
I think
to.
that's maybe easier. I don't know.
Okay.
Easier?
Normally not, but
I need the ladder.
Okay. I think I can.
the ladder is here.
I need the ladder. I got a bad left leg.
Then what?
Ooh, you're in.
I'm not in.
Push him.
I'm in, but I want to put it on this side.
The ladder.
I want to sit on this side going that way.
No, I want to go this
You
way.
want to go backwards? You're backwards.
No, we're not.
Yeah, you are. This is going
Well, you're
forward.
going this way. I want to go forward.
Well, you're not sitting forward. You're
I
sitting
know I
backwards.
want to go here.
Oh,
I
well.
can't. Wait.
This.
No, this is what I want. I know. Then you want to sit over here, right? Still have another pumpkin.
So,
Sit on that side.
yeah,
I
like
don't
you
know how
want.
I'm going to get there. I'm working on it.
Just slowly take your time. We always recommend to look one in the back, one in front, and you can share what you see. So
But I'm having surgery on this knee, so it's not working good.
oh, sorry. So happened.
How do you do? No more?
Oh, I wait more, two more.
2 more people?
Yeah.
Wait, can you help me with?
Yeah. Just.
I can get out, but I don't think I
Okay.
can get over there.
Okay.
I don't know how to get over there.
Can you stand? Hold on to the thing and see if you can stand.
I can't. There's no strength in this. We'll see. It is what it is.
Yeah, we take like this.
At least I got in.
How many times do we have to get out?
It's not good to get old.
Yeah.
Not good.
I know. I know already.
You know.
How long is the tour?
This is a 3-hour tour.
3 hours?
And we have some stops on the highest point of Lisbon. Normally we get in the morning, we get directly a place there. Then we can stop and you can go a little bit out.
Yeah.
And we have another stop to taste the pastry, very famous pastry, the pastel de nata, and we have a stop for the wine and for the cheese.
And then the shopping. When do you stop for that? Is that
You can. We have not a shopping stop, but you
Right.
can take some wine and cheese from the store. We don't walk that much.
No.
Okay.
Is
So-
shopping down here?
If you want, we can also leave you a little bit earlier. Just share the number of the room, and then I can leave you on a place where you
And
can.
then how do we get back?
There's not with us.
I don't think we'll do that.
No. We'll just come back.
We'll just come back.
That'd be-
But if you have a Uber app, Uber
Yeah. We
also function here. So if you have internet here in that place, it's very easy to take a Uber. And this is I recommend it over the taxi. This is cheaper, it's more on point, and there's much less problems.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah. So
That's it.
until now we talk a bit. So your ladies came from the States, right?
Maryland, yeah.
Maryland. Maryland is in the
Baltimore,
east,
Maryland.
east,
East
east coast. Yes, yes.
Yes.
Yeah. East.
Are you Portuguese?
I'm Portuguese. Yes.
My son married a Portuguese girl. The grandma lives in the Azores.
Oh yeah, is a
So
great.
my son and they were here. They were here recently. They said Lisbon is beautiful.
Yeah, Lisbon. You will see. We have a lot of history. So if you like history, I like to share to you. You get a special view to the Portuguese soul. On that way, we are one of the older countries in Europe. So when we count by the foundation of the nations, we talk about 1134.
Wow.
And when we talk about the first mention about a tribe and that place, the Lusitanians, then it goes 2000 BC, before Christus. So there's and the Lusitanians are a tribe who somehow came from the Celtic. We will share in the tour a few times, but we have something. It's very important. When the other two came, so I have to mention again. There's something happened in one day, the 1st November, 1755. We had on that day a big earthquake in Lisbon. And it's very, very special because we have this uptown and downtown, and we have the other side is Alfama, it's also a little bit up. And in the uptown there was the rich people who have carpet on the floor and the walls, and the oil lamps fell down on the earthquake and begin to burn. So the richer people flee to downtown in front of the palace of the king, and then came a tsunami. So
Tsunami after that.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Well, they go hand in hand, earthquakes and tsunamis. They
Yeah,
shake
so-
everything up. They shake the.
yeah, this could be in once, yes.
Yeah.
And this is the case on that. We have not that much earthquake. We have this lighter earthquake, but that strong earthquake it is happened once in 2,000 years maybe. Yeah.
It's bad. Though. It must have.
And before we was this discovering nation, the first one who discovered the world, who could paint maps, was the Portuguese.
Was it? Yes.
Okay, the Romans did also paint maps, but that looks like a railway maps, just straight lines.
Yeah.
And the Romans found his sites only by using his own built street. That's why it was very important to build the streets. And of course, the Vikings was also on sea. This is true. The thing is, they went around the island so long and far away that to found the next coastline. So they never knew where there was. So what the Portuguese they use the same measurement instruments like the Romans to build these streets, the long straight streets. The Romans even like to make a cut in a mountain than to go around because they cannot measure. So when you use the same instruments and put more mathematics, you can do it also. But what the Portuguese do, they use more mathematics and put it upside down to the stars. And then you know where you are. The navigator on a ship was a mathematical. He who always make calculations to get the next position where he was. So,
Where is everybody?
some people comes late. So.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Because of my bad knee, I wanted to get a wheelchair to go back on the boat. Can you ask one of these people if they can call the services and get me a wheelchair to get back on the boat?
You may
I can ask the woman who is from the cruise line.
Yeah.
I will do it. Yeah.
You don't want to. But go get it.
But it's better to make because then she disappear. We came here and nobody's here then. Better in advance. I just make it 5 minutes. Yeah.
Hi.
Hi. I have a guest who need a wheelchair after we came again. Can you organize
Is
this?
this for the inside, like here, or she doesn't have her own?
No, yeah, don't look like she asking for a wheelchair.
From the ship? I think we need to talk with the agent inside, like.
Is this
What is the port people? Because we don't have it from the ship.
okay? But you don't organize that.
The ship doesn't organize it, but I know that last time the port.
Okay, is this the people with the white shirt?
What is when she come back, right?
In 3 hours.
What is the number?
The number of the guests are asking just. Can I have your room number?
7358. Is that?
7358.
Yeah.
7358. 7358. Okay.
So are all the buses coming here or they are
If you want, just wait over here because now they're kind of rearranging.
So I shared already.
What?
I shared already the number, and they will look, and if it doesn't work, I work for you that you get your wheelchair.
Good.
Yes.
Good. Coming down the gangplank was easy, but going up.
Yeah.
I'm having surgery in September. It's killing me.
Yeah, I understand. I understand.
I'm going to stay on this side. I can't get over on this side.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's even better.
What's your first name?
Oh, sorry. My first name is João, but we make it much easier because the same in English is John.
John.
John?
Yeah, just this few hours together, so
You'll be John.
make it much easier than possible. Hello, welcome.
Hello. I know, it's Myrtle. I can't even get on the other side.
Hello, good
Hi
morning.
there, how are you?
I'm fine. Maybe it's better to come to the other side.
Yeah.
There we are.
Okay. Very excited.
That's okay.
There's shorts underneath this skirt.
So if it is not long enough, we have an extension. Even me, I need it. So, oh yeah, perfect. Perfect. What was the question? What? Okay. I just want because we start all together, so I can explain a little bit of history. I already shared the most important day to understand the city because there's something. It was before and after a one-day catastrophe. Take over Lisbon. It was an earthquake, 1755, the 1st of November, and is also a holy day of the Catholic Church. We had this big earthquake, and we have uptown, and the uptown, called Bairro Alto, was the place where the richer people lived. And they had carpet on the wall, they had carpet on the floor, and then falling the oil lamps down, and they began to burn the whole uptown. So the people flowed, uptown people flowed in front of the Palace of the King, which is the downtown, and then came a tsunami.
Oh wow.
So we can make the city in 3 parts. On the right side is Alfama. In the middle came the downtown, which is Baixa in Portuguese, and then came the uptown with Bairro Alto. So, and I can explain something. When we talk about downtown, it was completely destroyed, and you will see that the shape of the house look a little bit like the old New York, just in a row. Yeah. And by the rest, you see more Covey streets. So. And then we will see a lot of different buildings. We see monuments. We go to the highest point of Lisbon. We have this tasting of the very famous pastry called pastéis de nata.
That's the one I'm talking about. Custard tarts.
Yes.
I buy them in the States.
Oh, really?
Where are you guys from? Where are you from? Scotland. Oh, you're Scotland.
Maryland.
So are we, Baltimore.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
Baltimore. She's from home. But they have them in a store called Lidl. Do you ever go to Lidl?
You know what?
Aldi?
I've only been once, but they have.
I get it there,
Oh, yeah.
but it's a problem because I eat them all. They get
Oh,
like
because
6
they're
stars.
so good.
They're
All right, I'm gonna try.
Portuguese
For sure.
custard is the best. Very good. You have it?
And then we have also the wine tasting and the cheese tasting.
Okay, very exciting.
So then we have, because you are from Scotland, we have 2 special relations with Scotland.
Oh, really?
At first, Scotland is part of the UK, so the English kingdom. And the oldest alliance between 2 nations is between the Kingdom of England and Portugal since 1384. more than 600 years and still in force.
Who knew?
So another thing we have in common with Scottish is they have the Celtic roots. So at first, the Celtic tribes was all over Europe, and then they're split in two. One goes to the north, and one came a little bit to the west. And of course, in Central Europe, they mixed up with a lot of tribes, and then they changed to be other cultures. The most original one, so that means they still be Celtic somehow, are the Scottish, a part of Wallis and Ireland, and so they prevent to be like Celtic. So when our language was built in northern West Spain, there was a region northern Celtic tribe, and they mixed up with the Latin, and then what came is the Portuguese language. And we have something in common also. Even today, we have this smooth ending of our words. And the original languages, like the Scottish and the Gaelic in Ireland, they have also this smooth ending. So even that came over to our part. So what the Portuguese make different to the Spanish is the Celtic roots. And also, after the first big river, who ends in the city of Porto, there was the Lusitanians, who are related to the Central Celtic, and was not that much mixed up, but also with the Swabians, with like a German Celtic tribe. It was a bit mixed up, but maybe there was still have the culture of the Celtic. We see some Celtic festivals we have in some places in Portugal, with some masks and with horns and everything, and yeah, we have double Celtic somehow. So that's why we are very related with the UK and also with Scotland especially. Yes.
Learn something new every day. Yeah, you know. It's interesting.
So how begins the relation with England? At first, a big proportion of crusaders, because Portugal was built in fighting against the Muslims. We called it, when I say Moors, that is the tribe who was the name of. So we have to go. I will.
Oh, that's cool.
About 10 years ago.
You know what so like, think about an hour for me.
People that were in my tour, they played. I played.
Oh, my team leader is still there.
Come all the way here and then end up with
University. Played on the water like that. Had to wear a rain suit. And then at the ninth hole, you make the turn. They serve mushroom barley soup. That was the best part of the golf.
Okay. My team leader still there, so I can. So he was on the now. What was the last word I said?
back to England. Right.
Yeah, England. Yeah. What we have together. Yeah. We was built against the Moorish, so the Muslim came from North Africa. And at first, so we had this big Crusader part. This is a big amount of people came from England, and that's why we began after a few years, century, the big relation with England. We helped at first. We helped the English because we had already the ambitions to go around the world, to go on sea. We had built a bigger fleet, and we helped one time the English against the French. So and then English helped us often, at least against the Castilians. The Castilians became later to the Spanish. So Portugal is even older than the Castilians who are next to us. Castilla have made a lot of wars around. It was past then the biggest the country with the most people in Europe. That's why they could take so much tribes. They take over Aragon, Catalonia, Galicia, and so this is a lot of different. Yeah, my boss is still there. So and then we help them. They help us, and then we make a contract. Our king, Juan I, married to Lady Lancaster, which was a princess of England, and then was completely since then. So then, so I have to say, this is a big part to our being. We are still the Latin tribe, a Latin folk, but we are the most, I would say, the most English one. We don't make that we don't like to make that noise. We are more calm. When we go by feet, when we go by car, it's different. I don't know why. It's like Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. So
That's what we call my brother. One day he's Mr. Jekyll, one day he's Mr. Hyde.
so yeah, and so that is a big proportion of our history. So where we came from. So the Romans fight long time against one tribe called the Lusitanians. They fight longer against the Lusitanians than other tribes in Europe. Even the Gallians, became later the French, so nowadays a big country.
So the Lusitania boat's named after the Lusitanians. You think the boat, the Lusitania, that came after Titanic, that boat?
Oh, you know the name of the
You know why
Lusitania?
I know?
Yeah.
Because my family came over on the Lusitania,
Okay.
and it sunk on the way back.
The Lusitanians was a tribe before who was here.
Gotcha.
And the Romans, we know that because the Romans could write, and they had a long fight against the Lusitanians. And the Lusitanians are located in between the big rivers. The big river, the one is in the north, who ends in the Porto, and the other ends here, is this one. So in between. So and then, and then there, when we built our nation, the Portugal, so that the Lusitania was long before the Moorish, long before the Romans. There was Lusitania, was still there somehow. So and our country was built by a prince who want to make his own country. So normally you think, oh, normally why he will start a country when the mother died, right? The Queen from Leon, which is west northern Spain, whereas our language was built, is there. And even nowadays in Galicia, there's the name now, in Spain, the part, they speak Gallego, which is more similar to Portuguese than to Spanish. And even when they came to the European Parliament, they rejoined all nations to a parliament, they choose the Portuguese language to translate, to understand. So, this king, this came to Porto, and then he found maybe a tribe who are like Celtic. So, and then he wants to make the Celtic with the Celtic together an own country. And how he named? He named after the city he found. Because the old name of Porto was Portus Calais. Portus means harbor, and there's a natural harbor. And Calais came from Celtic and means mountain. And Porto is really on one mountain on a harbor. So, and from Portus Calais became Portugal later. So then by Reconquista against the Moorish, Portugal was found. So, and after 12 years from Porto to here, he arrived here to Lisbon. So.
Do you live in Lisbon?
I live in the other side of the river. Right now is quite very expensive to live
in
here.
The city.
In the city, yeah. But even if you go a little bit far away, even 20 kilometers is still expensive. And I live also not in my own flat. I just have a room in a flat.
Yeah.
So yeah, we had to face the crisis of 2008, and we get very hit. So the government have to spend a lot of money to keep our economy.
Really?
So, and the debt increased from 60% to 200%. So one of the ideas our government did is to open the border for foreigners. And there came a lot. Even we are just on economic rate on place 34. Even there's a lot of countries who are much poor, and a lot of them came here. So more people came, more people pay taxes. The rent goes high, they pay also taxes. So since then we pay every year 10% of our debt back. And now we are on 100 last year, and maybe next year we will make 90. Maybe we will see 2008. Normally we were something about 60, but there was also COVID, who just
Everything is there.
Yeah.
and it raised also again to 120. From 100, we were already in 100 to 120. And at least we want to get to 60 because that is the minimum to be part of the Eurozone. And all of our Eurozone, we want to reach this one. Yeah. And one of the solutions is just to let in people. And of course, the Portuguese have then less because they have to pay more rent. But okay, we have to do the crisis like it is. So we are happy that we can solve that. So at least.
Been to Malacca, Malaysia, it's a Portuguese place. Malacca.
Malacca, yeah. Malacca in Indonesia, yeah. Yeah, we was all over the world. Just a lot of people don't know that 70% of the coastlines are founded by the Portuguese. So we even painted. So so yeah, we have a lot of relation to all over the world. We are this small nation who have still a big force in diplomacy. But yeah, of course, we have a lot of related tribes. We have big with Malacca, with Malaysia. We have special relationship. We have special relationship because we help to develop the country of Thailand. Thailand means free land. Maybe you don't know. Before it was Siam, and all the powers in Europe want to take this part. And the Portuguese helped the Siam to maintain his free land in between, and to fool all the other European nations. And that's why Thailand is have a special relation to Portugal, but not only Thailand, also Japan. The first who found Japan was Portugal. We was already a few decades in China before, and we talk of 15th century. So, and there was a story about a captain who decided too late to go off, because in the winter it's difficult to navigate with a sailing ship. So he decided too late and came in a storm, and then he came to Japan, and he asked then the warlord to stay there the winter, and the warlord gave the permission, and so he stayed the winter. And then the warlord saw that these guys shoot 18 ducks a day with a gun, and on the end, when he wanted to departure, he asked for one gun. And of course, the captain gave the gun, this one gun. When he arrives in 2 years later again to Japan, this warlord make a lot of copies and take over the whole country. And then it becomes the period of peace in Japan. So that's why they have a special relation to Portugal, and long time Japan only trade with the Portuguese. So we have a lot of these stories around the world. So we are just waiting for the last clients, and then we can depart.
Are they coming on our thing? Are they coming here? Or
No, they come to the other. There's a Tuk-Tuk still empty.
Oh, that was still waiting.
Yeah, we wait.
This one left.
Yeah, we have different groups. Do not appear on special places too much.
Gotcha.
Then we cannot go off, and the lots are completely full and everything.
People are still coming.
Oh, they're not coming.
They're going. We're now here.
Pasadena.
Pasadena, by the water.
Yep.
I'm from Baltimore.
Yeah. It's funny, I said coming all the way here.
Vai o Paulo, vais atrás do Paulo, o aniversário ela vai fechar.
Como tu quiseres.
And I work in Silver Spring, so not too far.
That's by her.
So okay, then in that way we don't drive. I just can tell the next one. So we have the Alfama, which is this part on the right side, and Alfama is the oldest part of Lisbon. The oldest part have the name given by the Arabs, but it's even older than when the Arabs was here. Alfama means a lot of water fountains, and yeah, we have a lot of water here. Even some houses have since beginning in the 12th century running water in the house. So because there's natural. So maybe we can begin with a little quiz. What do you think? How old is Lisbon? Just guess. You cannot know.
2,000 years.
It's good. It's good. Okay, I will make it not that tragic. So, the Phoenicians was here. The Phoenicians already was mentioned by the Bible. The Phoenician was the tribe who get in war against the ancient Egypts. And we have foundings 1200 before Christus in here in Lisbon, and not far away there was a whole, what is now a parking place there on that side. There was the stones for the Phoenicians. And there was dated 1200 before Christus, so it means that Lisbon is over 3,000 years old.
Wow.
And that means that is one of the oldest city in Europe, even older than Rome, and even older than the sayings by Rome, because the sayings by Rome they founded by 750 before Christus, and we are 1200, so at least 1200. So, and the sayings by Rome there's even not proved. So and we can prove it. And of course, the Phoenicians liked very much the harbor and the fresh water. So now we go.
I know, I feel like I'm like this.
Yoo-hoo! Here we are.
And I was obsessively watching it. Yeah. From like a month ago, I started watching it.
Me too.
What is
I want to know what it's after.
I know it. I really did. I thought the whole cruise was going to be
What is comfortable?
Are you by yourself? You're by yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All my friends are lame. Married, kids, lame. Right. Yeah. So not having kids and a husband makes me free. So it has its perks.
You flew into London, right?
Mhm.
And then did you stay in London?
I did. I spent about 3 days in London.
Kind of power touristing because I've never been there before.
Yeah.
So I stayed in
That's-
Westminster.
That was the right
And I did all of Westminster.
Yeah.
It was nice. It was really nice. And the weather was gorgeous in London.
Yeah.
Those 3 days. It was 70s and sunny.
Yeah.
I've never had a Korean cruise.
I know. I was trying to get a picture of the ship.
So now we see one of these old water fountains, and this one was special because it was a hot water. Please look on the right side. This building here, there down there was the hot water spring, and what is also beautiful is on the top this house. And this parking place, that was the place where the Phoenicians founding was still existing. So, if you want to see a special house, you see this house with the blue tiles, yeah, on the right side.
Yeah.
And then came a greenhouse, yes, green paint. So when I go to the right, you will see one house after another, and then you will see a house with peaks on the wall. Peaks, like a little pyramids on the wall. So now we go to the around the corner, and then came after the green came a yellow, then came a red one, and then came another yellow one, and then came a house with peaks. You see?
Oh yeah.
So, and because we Portuguese are just completely different, like our history, because we have a complicated history. We like to be that simple that possible, and that's why this house have a special name. It is like it is, House with Peaks, and that is the name of the house, Casa dos Picos. And that is the Museum of Saramago, Nobel Prize winner of literature. It makes great books, a lot of them you can read in any language. And And in the cellar is you can visit the foundation of the Phoenicians. So this part we are in downtown Baisha, and it was completely destroyed. But one church they took a lot of time to search the stones and put again together. And it is this one after this yellow house on my right side. And why they took so many effort, so much time to search the stones and put together? It is because Vasco da Gama, the most important discoverer, at least for the finance of Portugal, he prayed there before he went to the sea. It was discoveries. So
I guess so.
So, and now, in a minute, we will see a special thing. Because when you came back to your homeland, and maybe you found someone who came original from Lisbon, and then you will say proudly, "Oh, I was in Lisbon, beautiful, beautiful." But only. They will ask you a question. If you are not in this tuk, you don't get it. Why? He will ask you if you saw the Sant Antonio.
If you saw the what?
Sant Antonio. And why? Because that is the holy personality of the Catholic Church about the poor people and the lost things. And he get his holy status in Padua, Italy, but he is born here in Lisbon. He's born here in Lisbon, and that's why we have a special relation with the Sant Antonio of Padua. So, and you will see the Sant Antonio on my left side. And what is the Sant Antonio? This is the Sant Antonio Church, the Sant Antonio statue, and the house where he is born. So there we are. On the left you see Sant Antonio statue in black. The church is white, and in between this house with a lot of flowers, that's the house where he is born. It is nowadays a museum. So why most people don't share it? Because it's from the 19th century, historically not very important. But what is very important historically is the next, which is the Cathedral of Lisbon. You see it on my right side. It was built 1147 and is one of the buildings who survived the earthquake. There's only one pillar who moved about 30 centimeters, and since then, when it's raining outside, it rains also inside. So in the winter time, we have the cleanest floor of the whole city. Cathedral of Lisbon. Cathedral is in Portuguese a much simpler word. That's why this one called in Portuguese the Sé of Lisboa, the Sé de Lisboa. So this important church are built on places who are related of the nation building. So there was a battlefield of the Crusaders. They fight mostly the English because there was the biggest amount, they honored this battlefield with the cathedral, the most important church, where the bishop normally prayed, can pray. So this street is a little bit rough. In my language, this street have a special name. I call them Horse Street because it feels like you are on the back on a horse.
It really.
So.
I know, right? It was not easy getting in. No. It was like you got in easy. It seems, well, it did okay, but knees and hips aren't doing real well with sitting like this. They're so low. Yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah. Yeah, same. I'm just trying to get out of here. Well, is it easier getting out? Yeah. I would think. Because you set the little thing and you just slide your leg. Yeah, exactly. You probably slide your bottom.
I slid in.
Yeah, I saw it afterwards.
People waiting.
Yes, they do.
So the next, what we will see, and you can see it on my right side, that is a Mirador de Santa Lucia. That Mirador means viewpoint, because we have a lot of hills and little mountains. We have a lot of viewpoints, and this view you can see the harbor of Lisbon and even your ship. But we have to wait that the knot is there, open. Traffic knot.
Probably trucks worse.
Oh, not bad. Yeah, I thought morning. Well, the morning was always available. And so I picked this yesterday. But I thought, okay, that's great. Then I'll go back and ship around noon, and then I'll come around, and I'll just, okay. Did you cruise a lot? I mean, not a lot, but yeah, been on a few.
This one I didn't expect these kids.
Yeah, there are.
They stay on the oil, but
Well, right.
I've only
It feels like more and more too.
This is something 22.
But that means
it's my first time on oil.
the team
I like it.
making or 18
I read that's a big one.
Yeah.
More modern.
So this is the viewpoint, Santa Lucia.
For me, it's
Yeah, predatory. Yeah, I have kind of a later flight. And I hired a transport to get me there. So I'll probably sit at the airport when they come out.
So there,
We have a private
the next is the Mirador Portas do Sol.
too much for us. And
in the bus. Gypsy bus. Yeah. So that's why I'm going to be here.
So please look on the left side. Our city invited a lot of modern artists, and in a second you will see behind the bus station a mosaic of a woman's face. There we are on the left side. So we think that is Amalia Rodriguez, the most important fadista. Fadista means she sings the fado, a special kind of music in Portugal, which is a song philosophy. So now,
What's the name of that square we were just at again?
the last one, Porta do Sol, which means the door to the sun, and it's always sunny there. No, in a second it goes better. The horse street ends and begins the massage street. So on the left side you will see the church Igreja da Graça, Church Grace. On the left side, not very old, is from the 16th century. A bit simple by design. Which is most interesting is the linked convent. There's the convent of Christus. Maybe you cannot know what it has to do with the convent of Christus. The convent of Christus have a heritage, and his heritage is the Templar Knights. And there you will see on my left side the convent of Christus. Here you are. There it is. It looks like a little castle. And yes, there was fighting monks. The Templar Knights was the convent who protect the holy site in Middle East and also in Europe. In Europe there was a lot of site with the bones of the apostles and even the productive waste to them. And that's why there was the only one in the Middle Ages who could lend money, just to help the pilgrim when they get in struggle. So and then there was a king, the King of France, who lent a lot of money of them, of the Templar Knights. And because they have a lot of money, because it was the only bank, you can understand they have a lot of money. And then when he could not get more, he go to the Pope and said to Pope that they pray at the devil, and that's why the Pope said to close this convent. And some countries, they even want to kill the Templar Knights because they Therefore, they pray the devil. So they flee from all over Europe, and where you get a shelter was here in Portugal. So, and before I will say more about this story, please look on the right side. You will see another modern arts. This street's down on a wall. You see a woman with a gun and a flower in the gun, right? That is related on our revolution. I will tell more about after I finish with the Templars. So the Templars came here to Portugal, and of course Portugal was Catholic, and they have to follow the rules of the church. And what they did, they closed the Templar Knight Convent and opened then the Convent of Christus, put the same people inside, and then was the problem resolved. So, and this woman with the flower in the gun is related to our revolution against our dictator, 1974. So it is now more than 55 years away. So last year we have 50 years of liberation. Now we are on the Nossa Senhora do Monte, the highest point of Lisbon, and we can go off.
I was gonna say, it's like we drove to the mountains. We're out of here?
Yeah.
Yes. Just a second. I have to bring the step.
I just kind of bubble it.
Let's go here. Off.
Yes, it's okay. I'm
Here we are.
Yes.
Maybe, yeah, okay, like you want.
Yeah, hold on.
Can I help you?
Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna sit here. Like they did. That's
Maybe
the way to
easier.
do it. That's the way to do it. I'm down.
Okay, perfect.
Very good. Very good. Very good. Thank you.
So, welcome.
Thank you. We're going that way?
Yeah, we can go that way.
Yeah.
And
That's how we do it. Slide it down. Yeah.
Não, não, obrigada. Não, não, tem que não. Coisa impressionante.
so,
Perfect. That's it.
yeah.
Tony, bom dia. Bom dia.
Bom dia, senhora.
Ah,
Pretty.
see beautiful the cork.
Pork.
Yes, e de cerâmica de Taiwan.
Very pretty.
See,
How much are they?
5 euros, better.
Yeah.
Good price, everything. The nice to give to family.
Yeah.
Look at the colors.
I know.
See
Take
the
this one off.
Portugal?
I'm gonna look here and then I'm gonna buy a couple. I have 2 grandbabies.
Okay.
2 girls.
Yes. See the good price for you. You remember Portugal? See the nice to give. Já que o ano faz 3 por 10. Okay? 3 por 10 euros. Okay.
So, now we see the beautiful, we look at Lisbon. So, I like
All
to,
the houses have red roof. Are they stone or what?
that
what
is
made out of?
the roofs. The roofs are made, it's called terracotta.
The terracotta. Clay.
Clay, yeah.
Beautiful.
So, you see the castle.
Yeah.
The castle was taken over from our king and the Crusaders.
Yeah.
From the Moorish, and so we have to thank a lot to the English,
Yeah.
and that's why we called it Saint George.
So that's your connection.
The name of the king on that time
George.
was George I.
George the First.
Yes. Of England. Of England.
Yeah.
So, and you see also this place there.
Yeah.
There's a place, and they have no monument, but the name is very special. The name is Martin Muniz. Martin Muniz was a crusader, and now I make the story less correct because it's to make it a bit funny. This guy goes in the night off the camp. Maybe he wants to go pee, go a little bit away, and then it was not correct. We don't know what he did. He goes a little bit away, and then he saw the Moorish people came from a hole to assault the camps.
Oh.
So he waited there that the Moorish came back, and the last one wanted to hide the door, and he wanted to close the door. So when he would hide the door, he came there, put the hiding stuff away,
Yeah.
and he wanted to close, and in that moment he put himself in the door. He put in the cell, and of course the Moorish people don't like it, so he was sacrificed, of course. But the running crusaders came to go there to the place, and he was still in the door, was still dying, and then they could open the door and could assault the fortress much easier.
You said it, you're right.
And that's why he has this name here for a place, because he's kind of a kind of hero. So.
Yeah.
So you saw this woman with a gun and the flower inside.
Yes.
That is related on our
That is related.
on our revolution against our dictator.
Gotcha.
So, and this is a very special story, because who bring us the dictatorship was the army. Who took us away was also the army. So the army was tired to serve this king. We have this king, this dictator.
Yeah.
Because he put us in a lot of wars against the colonies we have. So, and we have no freedom. Of course, for us was easy to say that the dictator is stupid. For the colonies, it was more natural to say that it's Portugal.
Right.
And of course, they come in wars. The long time of peace and time of the kings, we have no problems with the indigenous and the colonies, ends with this dictator.
João, 2 minutes, okay? 2 minutes, and then you start to go down.
Okay, 2 minutes. Okay, yeah. So I have just to make it faster. So then
Speed it up.
speed it up. Brrr.
I'm gonna get three, but I have a question. I have American money. I don't have euro.
Ok, não problema, madame.
Okay, I'm gonna buy 3 of them.
So
Continue.
so
I'm
then
listening.
so then the army
need all the
wants to
same
end with
color.
that.
I need all the same.
And-
You have 3 pink or no?
3 pink, yes.
Let me
One,
see one. Well, let me see the blue. I like the blue.
the blue, see nice
So-
blue. Look at this pink. Ah, madame.
I'm on 3 of these. You have this one?
3
3 for 10.
3 for 10.
So
Let's see what they look like.
so then
Yeah.
Madame, the
The-
change, the câmbio,
Tell me what you want.
o câmbio de dólar para euro, se the câmbio de dólar se small, you understand?
Yes.
Se $1-2 for me.
Okay, $12.
Yes.
And you get what? Yeah, that's fine.
No? No
Yes,
problema.
yes.
Okay.
Thanks for the girl for my 2 and
Yes.
Celine.
1 minute.
so no problem.
Very pretty. You make them?
Yes,
them?
I am making.
Very
They
nice.
open and they're what do you call it? Thank you.
Thank you, madam.
Beautiful.
Good day.
You too.
So then
You like for you?
Yeah, thank you.
so the army went to the the special is that the part of army have already talked to each other to start to moving to Lisbon, and they combine when came a special music in the radio, they will start, and there was this music in the radio, so they came to Lisbon. On the same time, there was a woman who wanted to open a second restaurant. And she bought the flowers of the month of April, which is the carnation flower. She knew already that the revolution will start. So then she heard the music and said, okay, I cannot open the restaurant, now is revolution. So then came the army, passed by, on the street where she opened the restaurant or want to open the restaurant, and she take the flowers and give every soldiers one flower. And the soldiers put the flower in the gun to show the people they don't want to shoot to the people. And so they took over, and they came from all over Portugal, even far away. So even there was even a cavalry, a school on the other side of the river. They came over and take the part of the ministers, and so it must be a very beautiful view on that all soldiers who just take over and put it for free. And the music there was singing about the brotherhood of the people. So, brotherhood of the people, and it's normally a march, so we have to go. Oh, you are fast.
Oh, actually,
Whoops.
here I think we're down We should probably
Wait, don't go yet.
You should go first.
How'd you get in?
There's a little strip that weren't there, and that honestly wasn't bad.
Okay, here.
Yeah, I think that was easier. But then we're late. Then you I was thinking next time you get in person. Okay, this is good. I don't know why I got it.
And that's 9 now, how?
Yeah, that was a little better.
It's very hard to get into. I have a bad knee.
Take your time. I'm not going anywhere.
I don't know what tribe.
Maybe if you want, you can stair the whole stair up.
That's it.
You have the wrong foot over here.
My problem is.
That's yours,
Thank you, John.
You're welcome.
John, can you maybe help with this belt?
Yeah.
Oh, I got it.
Perfect. Perfect.
I like how you get out, but that's the best.
Just slice it on the Yeah, the cancer cover is very dangerous.
Well, and Ray, from our side,
Yeah.
we don't, I was going to slide right from here.
Yeah.
And my leg down.
Oh.
So I think getting out from this one is better than getting out. Getting out.
There's no problem.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
we're in, right?
We made it.
Perfect.
Terracotta roofs. I asked what the roof is. Clay. My kids were here in that summer. And they said that. Beautiful.
They were really good.
If I didn't buy them, I would have been mad. I bought them. They're beautiful.
Yeah, they are very pretty.
It was I don't know if they even have leather goods. Yeah, they should. You know what's the plan?
I've never done that.
Me too.
Like, I don't know, let's do that.
They're heavy. Yeah.
And then it wasn't guided. We went on our own.
Oh, that's hard.
He had a map, and you could use the GPS in Aruba.
Yeah.
I said, Aaron, I'm never doing this again.
Is it that? Yeah, that's
Oh,
hard.
I fell on the rocks. Because I was walking, and they were walking ahead, you know, when we stopped. And I had black and blue for a couple of months. It didn't hurt my knee. I didn't hurt myself.
But you have black
because I
and
was,
blue. It's hard.
because I had flip flops on, of course. You know.
Stupid.
Well, we were at the
Oh,
beach.
you're in Aruba Beach,
Yeah.
right.
Of course, and then to get me up. Someone would give me up.
I'm thinking that's what happened. I know it now. Yeah, that's the kind of
So you will see on the left side, you will see the San Vicente Church. There's another important church, and I already said that the important church are built on the battlefields of the Crusaders. Now you see it on the left side, San Vicente. And the Crusaders who are fighting here was the Germans and the Netherlands, the Flemish. And a little fun fact: Flemish in Portuguese is flamingos. So sometimes I have to laugh about because the flamingos fighting here. So on the left side you will see an example of the blue tiles art on the left side, this one, and you see,
that's what the bracelets have. That tile.
and it's got all nicer down, and the most beautiful I think that is down. So you will see that we have a lot of titles here. So, but I want to share another word about the church, San Vicente. San Vicente is a very important church because of the holy figure of San Vicente. San Vicente get his holy started in the 4th century, and nowadays Saragossa, Spain, and fight against the Roman Empire, who was at that time not Christian. So, and why San Vicente? When the king arrived in Lisbon, they hear that the bones of San Vicente was taken over from Saragossa, Spain by the Moorish and taken to Algarve, which is nowadays the south of Portugal. So he sent then crusaders and Portuguese soldiers to take over the bones of this holy person, and she found it. They took the bones, and the whole way from the Algarve to Lisbon, they're following 2 crows. And that's why in the shield of Lisbon is in the center a ship with a blown sails, and left and right on the ship is the crow, a sign of San Vicente. And that is the holy figure of Lisbon, and fighting against a big empire, a non-Christian empire, which was the Holy Christian the Roman Empire before, and now later in Portugal was the Moorish people who was Muslim. And that's why our king's heart was took off the body when they died and put it in a jar and put it down the floor of one room in São Vicente.
This looks like Barcelona. Is this the center of town, John?
This is all the center of town. We are so we are again in the Baixa downtown. We was in Alfama part, and now we are again in downtown Baixa.
On a tree here, there's new ones.
Oh, London was killing me.
Was one killing you?
Yeah.
At home. How about Maryland? I'm good.
Yeah.
Bad season. Bad season.
I'm black car, it turned yellow. It was terrible.
Yeah.
That fallen. Oh. Did you never had allergies? That's where you get
I never had one. In Jersey, I never had one.
So this is a place, Martin Muniz. They're named after the Crusaders who put in the door.
Anything decent in there that I can.
That's right. They keep.
Man. Yeah, exactly. There's a few things down here where we were.
So So the next monument, it will appear on my right side. It is the monument of John I. He is the most important king of Portugal. He prepared the country for the discovery era. He ordered to build the university. He ordered to build the navigation school, which was a mathematical school. Here on the right side, on the horse. On my right side, yes. John the First. John the First. So, but more known is his third son, the Prince Henrique. And Prince Henrique have a lot of language a name. In English, it is Henry the Navigator. And because the order came to him to build all of that, and that's why So please look on the left side. You will see the monument of Pedro IV. There we are. On the top of this pillar. And Pedro IV, he was enforced after the earthquake. So he's very special because we had the earthquake, and then we became the first queen of Portugal, Maria the First, and his son was Pedro, this one. And then came Napoleon and wanted to take over Portugal. And Portugal have this in common with Russia, because Russia was not overtaken by Napoleon and Portugal too. And so what Portugal did is they changed the capital of the country. They moved the capital from Lisbon to Rio de Janeiro, and the whole king family also have to move. And the Prince Pedro was 9 years old at that time. So the city of Lisbon was still destroyed. And he came to Rio de Janeiro, which was a beautiful city. And of course, he somehow fell in love with the city and with Brazil. And when he came back, he was still a prince, and then he became king of Portugal, Pedro IV. He split the empire in two, which is Brazil and Portugal, and the rest of the empire were Portugal. And he was the Pedro I of Brazil. So the journalist asked him, so if you are king of both, where you want to bear it? And he said he want to bear it in Brazil, but his heart will stay always in Portugal. Maybe he had the idea that the heart will stay in São Vicente. But the next king took it literally, because the ancient name of Porto, the city in the north of Portugal, was back then Portugal, and they put the heart there in this city. So it's one of the only hearts who are not buried in the church of San Vicente. Maybe because he split the empire. So on the left side you will see a very beautiful building. That is the train station of Rocio, and is built in monolithic style, named after King Manuel from the 15th century. And this style, this monolithic style, you found only in Portugal. So this one is the place Restauradores that remember on the time when the Spanish king take over. So the Castilian and Spain want to take often by war, but never succeed by war. Only one time when our king have no childs, the kingdom of Portugal fell to the kingdom of Spain. And we take that for 3 Spanish kings, and then we make a revolution against the Spanish. So we have another. So in the place Restauradores was remembered to restore everything. Sim, sim.
You think?
Vai, Português, vai. Esse 1,5 metro. Vai.
So now we taste this very cool pastry. Oh, you try that way?
Cool down. Okay.
Oh, good.
Yeah, better. Thank you.
So we go other side of the street. Other side of the street, right?
Yeah.
It's one of our colleagues. She wait for us.
Okay.
So then we go right.
Okay. Yeah, so you can always park